You have space on your phone? Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Okay. Welcome everybody, it's your girl Simone Raquel, and I'm here back with another video. I'm here with Scotty B and Shannon.
Shannon. Fire up the chops them like a wonton.
And today we will be talking about artist stereotypes. So Scott is a photographer, so he's an artist, and Shannon is creative, but she's not officially an artist. So we have 3 different opinions on our artist stereotypes.
Let's get into it.
So the first artist stereotype is that artists are perfectionists. What you guys think about that?
I think that's a fact.
That is definitely a
I
fact.
think that's a
A
fact.
perfectionist with their work, though.
Only with their work, I would say. Because everything else, we're not really perfect.
No,
with.
at all.
Yeah. And then that makes us also a bit sensitive as well. So that's where the other stereotype of sensitivity come in. You know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? You never hear that artists are sensitive.
Yeah.
So perfection though
We
equals
don't reach there
sensitivity.
yet, though.
Oh
Look
wait.
how perfection equals sensitivity.
Alright, if you want something to be perfect, right? Exactly how is it going to be perfect if you don't feel like it is perfect? So if
So
you're gonna feel a way if it's
when
not
you say
perfect.
sensitivity, it sounds like emotional about it.
So that's what I mean. Like Erica Badu said it like, yo, I'm an artist, I'm emotional about my you see me?
That's true.
Like
So
my first year at Edna, I sat there when them look at me and I talk, but you know, your first critique,
Yes.
that it hurt.
Yes.
Yes. But then you get used to it and you realize it's a part of life, but it still is a part that
You have to get used to it.
you have to push, because that part they're really
You have to know
sensitive.
it's not personal,
You see
but
me?
at the same time it's personal to you.
Exactly.
So, yeah. You said you think it's a fact.
I definitely think it's a fact because you can also, I feel like being a perfectionist, especially as an artist, you overthink something, so you never think something is done or
I
like
never
complete.
think my work is done.
I have an overthinking problem. I don't know if that's another
So do
thing.
I.
That's a thing with
So-
artists as well. We overthink a lot because we internalize a lot.
True. Okay, so I guess perfection is going to fear of
Mediocrity.
Thank you.
Woo!
Cue my
That's a
blooper
good one.
about
That's a good
mediocrity.
I'm
Sorry.
not even going to go around that. That's a good one.
That's
Fear of
true.
mediocrity.
It's
'cause-
true though.
Yeah, that's
Because
very
there's
true.
so many good artists out there.
But-
It's hard to you don't want to do foolishness.
Yeah.
And you want your work to be like, you know?
Everybody have an issue with that. But the thing about it is, I also feel like that works against us as artists. You see me? Because that is definitely a stereotype. I suffer from that. You see me? I'm sure almost every single artist I've ever met suffers from that.
That's
But
facts.
if you decide to say, alright, cool, this fear of mediocrity thing I will control your life, then you're not gonna do nothing.
That's very true.
That's the next. And sometimes you can use it as a pro because it
Yeah.
also makes your work unique.
Yeah.
Because not everybody's view of mediocrity is the same.
That's true.
That is
Also,
true.
That is true.
But your view of mediocrity is the thing that holds you back. It's not what other people meant. Because other people, fear of mediocrity, I think, is a more individual concept than what people look onto an artist and think about. Because an artist, somebody not gonna look on my work or look on Simone work and say, oh, she's mediocre.
Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah.
They more look on themselves as them own artist.
Yeah, we're a strong
It's like, yo,
critic
it's
to
like,
ourselves.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's true. Okay.
I agree.
I mean, I'm my biggest critic, but not
Me too.
Me
Me too. I beat myself so bad. If anybody is
Like, it's
beat
very
myself,
unhealthy, but you know what I
it's
mean?
bad, right?
Like,
That-
just
but
love
that's-
yourself,
but
guys.
that-
Love yourself.
but that is how you get excellence.
That's true. I guess. On to the next one.
On to the next one. A stereotype is that artists live in a dream world.
Why don't you?
That is so true.
Period.
Why would I live in the real
You
world?
living in the matrix, and I'm living in the world I created for myself.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah, like,
Really,
It's
y'all
so much
want
better.
to-
yeah, like, you know, worry about nothing.
And that's the cool thing about being a creative as well.
You can live in a dream world.
Yeah.
So then,
And that's on that.
So then you think artists do live in a dream world.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, if you decide, say, you're an artist,
You kind
the amount of
They
fight,
have the option.
amount of fight you get from your
People.
family,
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
friends, and then the people who even support you, like, you still find some resistance
true.
where that is
Yeah.
concerned. So when you're an artist, you kind of have to build
Yeah.
what is around you,
That's
because
true.
everything
That's
outside not
It's
necessarily
like negativity.
so you have to find
yeah.
the stuff that add
And
to
it's
it.
hard to create
Exactly, and you
work
pick
in
and
a world of
choose.
negativity.
Because you can
Yeah.
transmute how you perceive it as well. Because
Yeah.
something can be negative and it can still be an inspirational and motivational driving force for your art.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, so on to the next one, which you mentioned before, is that artists are moody and emotional. I feel like everybody's moody and emotional. Artists just
Artists specifically, I don't feel like everybody's moody and emotional. That is
everybody is in their
no.
own way. What do you mean?
Alright, in them own way, but we can talk about that in a
We-
global scale. You see me? Because if you see a youth and a youth is an artist, that don't necessarily mean him moody and emotional.
Right, so I feel like with artists, you're either really moody or emotional, or you're not.
Or you're not at all. You see me?
It's like too extreme.
But the thing about it is, there are in betweens. I know people that are very in
I
between.
think I'm an in between.
There's
Yeah,
very
you're
in
definitely
between
a
people
in-between.
where it's like they're
I know
very
to
moody at
control,
times,
yeah.
and then at times there's other times when the mood a come and them just say, alright, you know what, we're
Yeah,
not doing
that
this
is.
today. I saw it go sometime, isn't me?
So you think in general artists are moody and emotional?
I feel in
But
general,
it drives our art.
I feel in
sometimes.
general artists are very sensitive about their work, isn't it? I
Yeah,
don't
but with
necessarily
life in
feel like
general.
and maybe
I
they're
mean,
coined to be moody and emotional
when
because they
I-
use it as
Yeah,
they use it to create art. So that's
So then that's a stereotype.
I would think it's a stereotype.
I think it's
I
a
would deem that
stereotype.
to be a
You
stereotype.
think it's a stereotype?
yeah, I think it definitely is a
More
stereotype.
than
I don't think they're as moody as what people make them seem
no,
to
yeah,
be.
Right.
Isn't it?
that's true. I feel like artists just express their emotions more sometimes than other people, especially through their work. So people see that as being
Yeah.
emotional,
And they
but,
see
but
more
we're just
prominent,
expressing
to
what
be
they're
honest, as
feeling.
opposed to somebody who's a doctor who has
Exactly.
to be level-headed in a situation where they're under
yeah.
pressure. And an artist, that's their job.
Yeah.
You get me? So
Yeah.
they're basically telling their life through their craft or through their art or what they find is like
Basically.
passionate to them or
Yeah.
what inspires them. So maybe that's why that's a stereotype because I see it more.
Yeah.
I think that's what's it. But it's definitely a
You show
stereotype.
it
But you don't
more.
have to be an artist to be moody and emotional.
No,
so.
no, you're a human being. Everybody's moody and emotional.
Right.
At the end of the day. Alright, so the next one is that artists are intense and focused.
That all, that all, I don't know.
I think that's more of our
What's the
That's
term?
the
What's the
characters-
term?
Yeah.
What? Please define intense. I don't understand what you mean.
But
Personality.
wouldn't that just be somebody's personality more than an artist?
That's what I
That's
was
just what
about
I'm
to
saying.
say.
But it,
Okay,
And-
so intense, as described
What's
on
your show?
Google,
Intense.
is having or showing strong feelings or opinions
I
to
think
an
that-
extreme. Intense.
Most
an
artists
extreme
not
force.
intense then.
No, yeah, I don't think.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a stereotype.
Yeah,
I would-
definitely
I
a
would say that's-
stereotype.
You think artists are focused?
Mm.
When you're doing your work. When I'm doing my work, I'm focused. But other than that, no.
No, yeah, when I'm doing my work, and the thing about it is you have to get in the zone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you don't get in the zone, then you're not gonna
it's
really.
hard. Alright, so the next one is that artists only hang out with fellow creatives.
Yeah, cause I'm boring.
I feel like just in general though.
But that go back to what we just said.
Like people hang around like people.
Yeah.
And people hang around
Birds of
people
a feather
flock
together. Isn't it?
So, and just as a creative,
exact-
talking to other creatives is just so much more
That's the
interesting.
same
And
thing
it
we
doesn't mean
talked
that
about earlier.
your only friends are creatives. Maybe you hang
Actually,
around
not
certain
all of my
amount of
friends
friends.
are
That's what I'm saying.
creative.
So maybe you hang around certain friends, maybe a little bit more, maybe because it relates to your job,
All of my niggas
maybe
are
your
creative.
business. But that don't mean say you only have creative friends.
Okay, you have a creative person and you have somebody who is not creative.
Mhm.
I feel like it's two completely different ways of thinking and
That
looking
is-
at life and just
That's true.
just
That's
looking at the
true.
world versus somebody who isn't. You can still be a doctor and a lawyer and be very creative. I met one the other day and she's very creative, but somebody who just isn't creative, it's hard as an artist to like reason with them about certain things. I feel like because they just don't see it the way you see
Or
it.
them don't have that
Or they're not like
perspective.
Open-minded.
Them don't have that perspective.
Yeah, I feel like artists are way more open-minded and accepting about.
But not all, because I've met some close-minded artists.
Yeah, man, everybody got close-minded.
Where it's just them
artists.
just-
Alright, when you say close-minded, when I say open-minded, I think a mind that is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
It
open
is
to
flexible.
learning. Yeah,
You're open
that's
to
what I mean.
learning.
So close-minded is more like what routine. So you know how to do something.
I'm
or
close-minded.
it's more like
Don't
you're
talk
not-
to me about that. Me not
Yeah,
depend that.
yeah. Like
Yo,
you have your
bad man not
opinion.
depend that.
You have your opinion
Isn't it?
and
And
that's
them
it.
now want hear it.
Yeah.
Nobody no want hear it.
Your
It's
opinion
like,
is the
them
opinion, and that is it.
them don't even want to say, alright, bro, I can
Let me hear what you
agree
have
to
to
disagree.
say.
Isn't
Yeah,
it? Them
yeah.
never said that. Them
It's
just know.
literally cut off.
Isn't it? That.
Kind of.
Isn't it? A doctor will hang around other doctors. Lawyers, judges hang around lawyers and judges. You know what I mean? Like everybody gravitate to them own field and the thing about it, and that help your career as well, because when you align yourself with people in your field, that only better for you as a person. So
That's true.
I think that's a
So
that stereotype is
that's not an
not.
artistic
It's not
stereotype.
No, that's not an artistic stereotype. That need for that
That's
shit.
So that is a stereotype. Then.
That's definitely a stereotype.
That's a
Cause that
stereotype.
can be in other professions that don't
That-
have to be
everything.
just-
Everybody.
Every single thing.
Everybody.
So
Alright, so the next one is that artists have keen eyes for beauty.
Oh, I like pretty. So yes, definitely.
But
I guess it's like an aesthetic
but
thing.
what do you consider to be
Right.
beauty?
Beauty is only in the eye of the beholder, right? So
Alright, so the next artist stereotype is that artists have very strong opinions about the quality of art. So for this one, I said that I think artists do have very strong opinions about the quality of art, but I don't think we should, because art is art at the end of the day, and who is an artist to judge another artist's work?
who is a man to judge another
Who
man?
is a man to judge
Period.
another man?
It was written in the Bible.
Agreed.
Isn't it?
Agreed.
Like, what do you mean? So right now, yes, right now artists do judge other people. They have a very strong opinion, but no, we need to stop that.
And then with your work, somebody is always going to not like your work. Yeah, so the next one is that artists are always broke. The starving
Oh, boy.
artist. Are artists always broke?
A lot of them are broke in Jamaica.
In Jamaica. It's hard to make money in Jamaica as an artist because
Yeah, that's
Jamaicans
facts.
don't appreciate art the way art is appreciated in other
In
parts of the
overseas
world.
cultures.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? Alright, like living in Florida and stuff like that, like there are situations where it's like, alright, so for example, a household in Jamaica will always have art on the walls, right? Because it's like, so them appreciate it, but them don't really want to pay too much for it unless it's like, so it's kind of underrated. Because I don't think that people in Jamaica
See
don't
there?
necessarily don't appreciate it. I think they do appreciate it, but it's like
They
how
don't
much are
want
you
to
willing
pay
to
the
spend
money.
on it?
People in
Yeah.
Jamaica
And
are
also-
bougie, and them like
So
They like nice things.
them
but
like
they
nice
pay
things,
for
but
it.
them don't want to pay for it.
And also, I think a problem that Jamaican artists have as well is that a lot of Jamaican artists underprice themselves.
That is just based off
So-
of learning and understanding the culture
Oh yeah,
and
but
the
a lot of
business of
Jamaican
art.
artists don't know how to price themselves.
That's
But
a fact.
The craft
teach you
art.
that in
So
school.
me I gotta talk about craftsman instead of artists, because we have a lot of artists, but we also have a lot of men who just are craftsmen.
You
Isn't
mean
it?
like
They make statues, they make chairs, and they're artistic, you know, very artistic people, but they're craftsmen, like, and them man
that's
they will
more-
literally.
you mean like a skill?
A man will make a
Like a
wooden owl,
carpenter?
like a man will make a full wooden owl and sell a full wooden
That's
owl
so
there for
true.
$3. 300
Yes.
Jamaican dollar. You see me? The whole wooden owl where the man spend hours a carve. You see me? That
They
is
don't know how to
just
price themselves.
because the thing about it is who is actually what resource is there to actually show us how to do these things.
Are artists eccentric? Yes.
At this point.
Do artists have great fashion sense? Yes. The artist stereotype. Yes, they are eccentric.
Eccentric.
Yeah,
Eccentric.
that.
Yes, we have fashion sense. Yes. So those are
Well,
stereotypes.
we either have fashion sense
Or we don't.
at all.
Yeah.
So there's
But
that.
either way, still style.
Do artists smoke weed?
Very much so. And
Everybody
everyone else in the
smokes
world.
weed.
Isn't it?
Exactly. So that is a stereotype.
For the world. Isn't it?
Are artists self-centered?
Yes.
You expand on this now. This is
Alright. We internalize a lot, right? That's the first thing. So that's the first form of a self-centered kind of behavior, isn't it? We internalize everything. So it's not just only the art, isn't it? So basically you as an artist, you try to fit yourself in the world because the world already has a structure. Alright, the world already has a structure. You know what I mean? Artists tend to be the black sheep, isn't it? The world tends to have a structure that you have to fit in. Artists don't tend to fit into that structure, so we have to kind of invent something for us to feel comfortable within the world. You focus on yourself a lot. So anything outside of yourself is not as important as yourself. I'm not saying that you don't find other things important, just not as much as yourself.
You prioritize.
Yourself. And I do believe that artists prioritize themselves more than other people in the world. A lot of the time as an artist, when hit you and you're internalizing, you can't, it's not healthy to speak while you're internalizing. Isn't it? Because you will end up offending people. Isn't it? So that is the thing.
That's facts right there.
That's the thing that will kind of make us seem more self-centered than some of us actually are, but we are self-centered regardless, isn't it? We are very self-centered.
Is it a bad thing though? Do you think
I don't
it's a bad
feel like
thing?
it's a bad thing. I don't
When
feel
you say
like
self-centered, you mean like, okay, you're self-centered, but you're not like selfish and cocky about it?
no, I don't believe even if you're selfish and cocky about it, I don't believe that self-centered is something that you can look and say, alright, that's a bad thing. You know, if you were probably an asshole, then you're just an asshole. But a self-centered person don't necessarily have to be an asshole.
That's true.
Them don't necessarily have to be unpleasant. Them don't necessarily, you know what I mean? They can be a perfectly normal person that you like, but they literally only prioritize themselves. So like when you
But
invite
then
them
that's
out,
selfish.
that is selfish. But the thing about it is it healthy or unhealthy to be selfish? I guess it's a balance.
That's the question, yeah.
It's a balance, right?
Yeah, because there's times you should be selfish, but then there's also times that you do need to take other people into consideration.
But an artist's job is to internalize and to give their perspective. So
That's true.
I don't know how you're going to really tell an artist whose job is to be self-centered. So like,
The next one we're going to get into, the stereotype, is that our work is always easy and fun. Is artwork always easy and fun?
No,
It's not.
it's painful.
It's not easy.
first off, why people even think that? I'm
Because
realize,
they think it's a hobby.
yeah, that's what people think. Like just because.
Because it's not taken seriously.
Let me show you a vibe.
Alright.
Everything that you use in this life has been designed by an artist. A car, a phone, glasses, your handbag, your shoes, your shirt. Every single thing in this life that you are using as an item man-made has been designed
That's
by
true.
an artist.
There's art everywhere.
Isn't it? So it no matter if you look outside, you see a window. That window there, your nice French windows, is an artist first design your French window there. Isn't it?
That's
So
true.
when I have to understand when I speak, it's not easy at all.
It's not
Honestly, it's one of the hardest things you could have probably do as
If
a
it
job.
was easy, it would be cheap.
Isn't it?
It is fun when you love what you're doing, but at the same time, it's not fun 24/7. I'm sure when you're editing pictures
Even if
sometimes.
no man, trust me, it's very annoying. But even if you love what you're doing, once you love what you're doing and you decide to make it a job, it's no longer just fun. Isn't me? So it will never just be fun at that
Yeah.
point. Isn't me? Because now you're making it into a job. So even if you like it or you love it or
Yeah.
it don't feel as much of a work to you as if you are going to stand up by Burger King and serve to people.
Yeah.
But it's still very hard and you still have to
Yeah.
pressure yourself. It's a very, like, art is a hard thing in general.
So the next one is that artists are disorganized or all over the place. We are all
To an
over
extent,
the place.
yes.
I am all over the place. Disorganized.
Artists in general are not that. I believe that everybody, you know, them say you have two sides, you have two hemispheres of the brain, the left brain, the right brain. One deal with more logics, one deal with more creativity, right? There are artists that are only logical. They have
So-
different types of artists.
That's true. So artists are, so you think that's a stereotype?
Yeah.
That they're disorganized.
Like some artists like us,
I am all over the place.
I am all over the place too.
I
So yeah.
there's that.
But there
That's
are there are artists that are organized. It's like everybody. If you have organized people, you
That's
have
true.
disorganized people. That's just.
true.
I prefer. You see, like if somebody come in my room and clean up the place, I can't find nothing.
No, but
Like,
that is
I
the
can't find
same. No, if it's my studio
If it's my ends,
and I'm working in mess,
me know
I
where
know where
everything.
everything is. I know where everything is.
If you come in my place and clear up my
you
place,
will mess up everything.
everything, like-
everything.
I don't know nothing.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and once again,
Beautiful.
thank
hair.
you
So
for the
come check it
Kingston
out.
Creative Hub for allowing us to come into this space to make this video. And if you guys have not checked them out yet, check them out now. I'm going to put their information down below as well. And thank you guys for watching.
So, bye.
Yeah.
She could have get a sponsorship still. Creative Hub. Hint, hint. You see me?